Hey guys, it's your thick boy John. I wasn't gonna make a big thought out response to the Travis Scott thing because I wasn't there, and a lot of us weren't there, I don't know all the details. But after watching his apology video, I really think it's worth mentioning that this was 100% preventable. It was 100% his fault, and it's really, really awful that people died because he didn't stop the concert at least for a couple of minutes, just to get people to take one big step back, make room for the ambulances, and stop dancing on top of them, and just get the people who have fallen unconscious out of the crowd. I saw Guar a few years ago, and a mosh pit opened up in between bands. There wasn't even a band playing, and a pit opened up, and it just forced everyone away from the center. And I was caught in a crowd crush, and it was really scary. And if you've never experienced anything like that, it's really panic-inducing, and it's terrifying. I lost my footing and I fell. Luckily, two huge guys behind me were able to grab me and pick me up and drag me out. But my God, when I tell you it's one of the scariest experiences in the world, I'm not lying. It's definitely really, really scary. I mean, what I'm saying is, whoever has the microphone has 100% accountability for what happens in the audience. If you hype your audience up and you cause discord, I mean, you're telling people to, rush security and overwhelm them, that's when people get killed. I mean, it's supposed to be a fun event. Everyone's supposed to be able to go to home at the end of the day. I mean, there's no reason they could have stopped mid-set and just told people to back up. Grateful Dead does stuff like this.
Take a step back. Let's start in the back and move from the front. Can anybody breathe yet? No? Well, let's try and take another step back. A one, a two, a one, two, three, back.
And also to stop antagonizing the EMTs. I mean, maybe they mistook them for security. I don't know. It's a bunch of kids, and maybe they're just, there to have a good time and not listen to security guards. I understand that. I mean, the shitty thing is, this is not the first time this has happened, and it's probably not going to be the last. Red Hot Chili Peppers and Mars Volta, they also do the same thing. They police their crowds, and it prevents people from getting hurt and falling unconscious. It makes things a little bit easier for security to kind of manage things, I mean, as far as the actual show goes and the promoters, I mean, if you've ever been to a festival before and you found yourself having to choose between two bands of about equal fame, I mean, they're both performing on two separate stages at the same time simultaneously, that's a legitimate crowd management tactic that they use so people aren't all concentrated in one place at the same time. I mean, that literally means Astroworld sold out as many tickets as they possibly could, and they literally gambled with customers' lives by cramming them into a space so they can literally, get as much of a return on investment as they possibly could. I mean, the fact that the concert wasn't paused for a couple of minutes should be a lesson and a wake-up call to everyone who works in show business and who works in show promotion. I mean, don't let greed fuel your ego and think about something other than money for a couple of minutes, just to help people out of the crowd and to stay alive. If they had acted any sooner, if Travis, if anyone else, any of the promoters had actually stepped up to the plate, grew a backbone, told people, hey, please take one big step back, stop crowding security, stop antagonizing the EMTs, please pick up people if they've fallen over, if they fall over in the pit, or, if they're getting crushed, please get them out of there as soon as possible. That's just common show etiquette. I mean, I've been going to shows for a long time. I've seen a lot of this stuff happen. People get hurt. It's common. It's very common for people to get hurt at shows. When there's that many people in one place, there's going to be injuries. There's going to be some kind of commotion or tragedy or whatever. It's going to happen, and it's hard to prevent, but you can definitely prevent people from dying, at least. You can't really control everyone. I understand everyone's there to have fun. They're going to get rowdy. People are going to be drunk. They're going to be doing drugs. I get it. I've been there. I just want to say, this was preventable, and it's really not fair to everyone else who goes to shows. I mean, I'm not really, preaching any new ideas here. I know everyone has said, about the same things as I have said already. It's not really anything new at this point, but, Travis and the organizers really knew that deaths and injuries were going to occur from their, bad planning, and still gambled on it for the sake of money. I mean, it's just incompetence and ill preparedness, and either way, this would be grounds for multiple life sentences in a country that values, sanctity of human life over profit. We really need to hold public organizers more accountable for things like this. There are parameters in place for things like this. This is not, again, not the first time this has happened. Fully preventable. It's just really, really sad. And I really hope that, this doesn't really tarnish anyone's opinion of live shows any more than they already have been. And also, huge condolences to all the families that lost their loved ones that night. I really honestly can't imagine going to a concert and, hoping to have a fun night with your friends and not going home at the end of the night. So, again, big condolences to those families. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be making more content soon, so be on the lookout for that. And, yeah, hope to see you guys soon.